بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Sahaba took the sin seriously, even if it was a minor sin. One time, the Prophet ﷺ said, one time the Prophet ﷺ saw someone, one of the companions, we don't know his name, and that's deliberate, to conceal what he did, particularly that he repented, saw one of the companions wearing a golden ring. We know this encounter, a lot of us. So Rasul ﷺ said, يَعْمَدُ أَحَدُكُمْ إِلَى جَمْرَ مِن نَارٍ فَيَجْعَلْهَا فِي يَدِهِ. Why do some, and he didn't speak to him specifically, individually, just in general, but he could understand, because Sahaba were intelligent. Why do some persist on actually putting a stone that is, what is a jamra in English? A coal, a coal that has fire in it, not just a cold coal, jamra. Why does someone insist on actually holding a coal in his hand? A companion straight away takes the ring, and what does he do with it? He throws it away. Now, we don't know what are the rings here? What do you call 24 what? Ounces? Huh? Carat? We don't know it's 24, it's had a diamond in it. We don't know really how expensive it is. Really? We don't know this, I tell you. But we know that he took it and threw it. Now, let me tell you something. First of all, this is not a kabira. This wearing of the ring, it's a big sin, but it's not a kabira. It's not as committing adultery. Number two, it's for sure that the companion didn't know the hukum of wearing a golden ring. Number three, and if he did that, that would be lawful. He could have taken the ring, gave it a gift to his wife, or sold it, and took the money, and did sadaqah with it. But to actually go to the extreme of taking that ring and throwing it away, that is to me something I do not understand, unless we are talking about a Sahabi. Unless we are talking about a companion. And there are many sayings by the Sahaba about how serious you should take sins. I have just 2 comments to make on this, and there are many comments, but because of time, I have 2 comments. When I was young in London and I came here, to this country, sins were committed easily. You go to the tube, you commit sins. You go to the city center, you commit sins. You go to the, I don't know what, at our time when 86, there were no internet, there was no BlackBerry, there was no Facebook, there was no MySpace, there was no this variety of channels. So we were very traditional and primitive in the ways that we committed sins. But we committed sins at that time, during I, brothers and sisters, have never seen a quote that I came across during my time, reading many quotes about sins, such as this quote, that have really had a tremendous impact on me, and I continue to remember it whenever I committed a sin, or whenever I was up to commit a sin. I would remember this quote, and straight away something happens magical that keeps me away. It might work for me, might not work for you. But you need to set yourself a paradigm that you take sins seriously. I don't know what quote, what story. But to me, the quote was the following. Do not look at the smallness or the small size of the sin, but look at the greatness of that you committed the sin against. Do not look at the smallness of the sin. This is just watching this girl or doing this. But look at the greatness, عظمت, in the sky, in heaven. عظمت من عصيت. So it's not anymore this internet. It's not anymore the cigarette. It's not anymore it's not anymore this small like a fly sin anymore. But it is who I am doing it against. That is the issue. And to me, that was enough. Sometimes I say to you something, and this is number 1. Number 2, final comment on this issue. Sometimes it's not about sins. Sometimes it's about, does it really suit you? Is it really appropriate to be done by you, this thing, even if it was not a sin, even if it was a makruh? Imam Shafi'i says, لو علمت أن شرب الماء البارد يخرق المروءة لم تنعت عنه. Imam Shafi'i says, if I know that drinking cold water is not appropriate from a muru'ah point of view. What is a muru'ah? Huh? Muru'ah is something that is not haram, but you shouldn't be doing it. It's not appropriate from a customary point of view, from a traditional, from a societal, I don't know, but it's not appropriate for you. Like, for example, I give you if you go to a party, or not a party, a dinner, a formal meeting, without wearing, let's say, a tie, for example. If the protocol dictates that you wear a tie at that meeting, it's not haram not to wear, but it's not appropriate. Do you understand? So sometimes, I'm talking now about two levels. Sometimes the sin is small, but if your relationship with Allah is so sensitive that even if the action was not sinful, but it defied the appropriateness of how should a gentleman or a decent woman or an upright brother or sister, the image, then don't do it.